Hello everyone, it's Dr. Lisa and Dr. Britt.
Hi guys.
And we're chiropractors at Errol Street Chiropractic. Now today we're actually chatting to those of you who experience neck pain, have got chronic, especially if you've got chronic neck pain, even those who might even be seeing practitioners such as chiropractors or osteos or physios and are getting some help, but you still don't feel like we've quite got that problem under wraps. Well, today we're actually going to talk to you about an orthopedic device called a cervical Denneroll. Now, the Denneroll is a part of a technique which we use in our office called chiropractic biophysics. Now, it is not a very well-known technique, but it is actually the most researched technique in the world in regards to curve correction. So we'll explain how this funny-looking device here can help with the curve in your neck. So we're kind of giving you an idea there. So what happens is this. A lot of the times when the neck is out of alignment, we often see, and if it's a chronic problem, we often see some changes in the neck curve.
We do, absolutely,
Now, we can keep adjusting the joints, we can keep massaging those muscles, but if the neck curve is not ideal, it's not sitting where it should, we're just going to keep loading and stressing joints and muscles and ligaments and nerves, and this problem will be relieved by a bit of help from different musculoskeletal people, but it will not really resolve or be improved in the long run. So that's what the Denneroll is. It is actually something that will help to improve the neck curve.
And it's very common that we see this on x-rays. Pretty much in the space of a week, I'd say nearly every second person we see has some change in their neck curve because we're so heavily reliant on technology at the moment. We're on our phones, we're on our computers, we're just constantly in that head down position, which has a big effect on our neck curve as well.
Absolutely. So what we find is that the Denneroll has not only helped people with neck pain, but it's actually helped people with chronic pains down the arms, so that radiculopathy, neck pain plus headaches. It has actually helped to improve that forward head carriage as well when we're working on that curve and we're working with other exercises. But the Denneroll on its own does help, but it needs to be a part of a multimodal program with the chiropractic biophysics. So it does help, but it needs to be with other things. It needs to be with specific adjustments for the curve. It needs to be with some rehab exercises at home. It actually doesn't work completely perfectly on its own. It does need some help. And the person that will do that is a certified chiropractic biophysics practitioner. Now you can look them up. So I'll give you the links at the Ideal Spine on the Ideal Spine website. There's a couple in Melbourne. There are scattered around Australia, predominantly in the States. So this is one of the most amazing devices that we know in the world that will actually help the neck curve.
It is all about consistency though when you use it. Using it here and there, you really don't get a lot of benefit from it.
No, and you're going to find that these things might be floating around on eBay and things like that, but you have to know how to use it. You have to know when not to use it. And they're kind of easy to get a hold of, but you need to make sure that a certified CBP doctor tells you exactly where, because you can use it lower, mid,
there's 3 different
upper
placements as well, and there's 3 different sizes, so knowing which size fits you is really important as well.
We've got the pediatric one there. We've got it's like the mama bear, the daddy bear, the mama bear, and the
there's 3 sizes dependent on the patient and their height and structure. So and then there's 3 different placements as well. So if you're not sure and you haven't been guided properly, you could be using this wrong in a minute.
So we're just going to show you briefly on the model
how it works.
What this, how this kind of works. So just first, now this is really important because we know this, but a lot of you guys out there don't know that we have side curves. All right, so if we are looking at someone front to back, we should be straight, but if we're looking at you on the side, we have curves. So the neck curve is forward. So if we pop the skull on top, so it's kind of hard for you to realize which is front, which is back. So that person is facing that way. I don't know
Don't
which
ask
is
us
left
which way.
and right, because every
It's just looking
social
to the
media
side.
looking that way in the direction that Britt's hand is. Now the Denneroll, this is obviously done lying down.
Yes.
The Denneroll is placed, obviously depending on the curve of the person, in the small of the neck there. Okay, so this to encourage that ideal curve of about 40 degrees forward. Okay, so that's how it sits, and the person's lying down. All right, so thanks there, Britt. Just for you to get an idea of that lordosis. But what I might as well just tell these guys that once you've got that heavy head there, when you've got that beautiful curve, the forces of the head actually will fall through the pillars, which is where the joints are. Now, if I actually maybe pop that head on there again, maybe we'll get rid of that there.
Yeah. Your head's a heavy structure.
It's heavy. It's like
Heavy on my head.
5.5 kilos. So that weight will go through the pillars there. Now, I'm going to straighten out that curve. Now we're going to put that head back, and this is what we see a lot, straighten neck curves. Now, all of a sudden, there's no give in that curve, and the forces now are not going through the pillars at the back, they're actually going through the actual bones, the vertebra at the front, and that's going to cause what? Over time, it's going to cause a lot of wear and tear, a little loading, and also, when you hear, especially younger people, when they say, "Oh, I've got a disc bulge or I've got a disc prolapse in my neck," that's a really big sign that disc is under a lot of pressure, and it can be coming from your neck curve as well. If you've got those really chronic, annoying neck pain, stiffness, and you feel that your neck is sitting forward, and you're not sure whether your curves are doing fabulous, do go and look up your local CBP certified chiropractor, and I'm sure they'll be more than happy to assess you and give you advice in terms of what is going on with your curves and how close to the ideal, and if CBP, chirobiophysics, is something that would help your particular case. Yeah, and there is also a lot of research that is ongoing around CBP and the use of Denneroll. So that's a big reason why we also really love it here in the practices. There's a lot of evidence-based research behind it. So the Ideal Spine's website actually has a whole list of the research that has been done so far. So that's a really great place to start if you're wanting to learn a bit more about it. Beautiful. All right, guys, I hope all that helps in regards to the Denneroll and what it is, and the things that it can actually help with. So, thanks, Britt. Thanks, Lisa. All right, take care, everyone. We'll see you next time. See you guys. Bye now.